Hey racers, John Racer3 here today, back for another Hot Wheels unboxing video. And as you can see in front of me, I've got the first 5 releases of the Hot Wheels Formula 1 2025 premium line. These just went live on Mattel Creations, and I went ahead and picked myself up a set of the first 5, and I believe Hot Wheels is going to be releasing batches of 5 throughout the year of the rest of these 2025 season cars. So what I want to do is I want to unbox all of these cars and even get them off of their base plates so we can see them up close and personal. We'll be hyper analyzing the differences between them, and then who knows, maybe at the end of this video you might see them race on a special track I have set out for these rubber wheeled cars, but you guys are going to have to stick to the end for that. Or you could skip to the end of the video. I can't control you. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and unbox these cars and take a look at them up close. All right, so in the first batch of these premium cars, we got both of the McLaren cars, a Mercedes, a Haas, and an RB, which is interesting that they came out with an RB before an actual Red Bull, but I do believe the Max Verstappen Red Bull car is in the next wave of these premium cars. So let's go ahead and unbox the 2025 champion first, actually. Of course, Lando Norris was going to be in the first batch of cars released here, but it looks spectacular. One of the best parts about these models is how detailed they can really get, and one of those things is the driver helmet, and you can just tell this is Lando Norris because of his iconic yellow helmet, and that is just such an awesome and amazing detail to include in a premium model like this. Now, before I go any further into the details on this thing, I want to go ahead and take a look at this model comparatively to the other Formula 1 models Hot Wheels has come out with recently. So, I believe this is the only Formula 1 car I was able to find in stores premium line, but it is the 2024 Red Bull car. So this is definitely the same amount of quality as the 2025. It is just an updated livery, but both the Red Bull and the McLaren have their differences, and we'll get into the differences later in this review video. But on top of that, Hot Wheels also has a basic version of the Formula 1 cars, which obviously are made for Hot Wheels track and are made to race, but the Hot Wheels has started coming out with the 2025 versions of these cars livery-wise. So the one in my right hand here, this is the 2024 McLaren, and this is the 2025 McLaren. You can tell because of the differences on the wheels, but you can also tell based on the logos on the side of this thing. Let's go ahead and zoom on in so you can see up close what it says on the sides of this car. And as you can see, it is different than what was on the 2024 car. So it's the very small details Hot Wheels is focusing on here. And now we can go ahead and compare both the 2025 McLaren Premium to the 2025 McLaren Basic. So as you can see with the logos, it looks pretty similar. I'd say actually the Basic Hot Wheels actually has more logos on it. Like Lando Norris has a 4 on the back here behind the word Chrome, when the basic one here has Dropbox Dash, I think that says. I don't know, it's an advertisement and not a racer number, which is interesting. But otherwise, it looks very similar based on livery and everything. The orange is definitely different. I don't know why this one, it looks more realistic for sure. This orange is just so vibrant though, so I guess just different direction to go in when it comes to the more premium line. Maybe it's a nicer paint. It does look like a nicer paint actually up close, but I guess that is an obvious thing to expect when comparing a premium version to a basic version. But let's go ahead and take this Lando Norris off of the base plate, which only takes 1 screw, which is nice. Sometimes you'll have to unscrew a car on a base plate, or at least that's what I do for all my videos, and it's always like 3 screws and zip ties, and well, having 1 screw to just take it off is very nice, and I'm sure Hot Wheels was thinking about that when they were making this display. So okay, Lando Norris is freed from the base plate. I'm sure the review has been done. In fact, I know the review has been done comparing the basic to the premium. I know because I've done it on my channel, but just some things to note if you haven't watched that video. The premium is a bit longer. That's because the front wing is a lot more detailed on the premium than it is on the basic. Like on the basic, you wouldn't really be able to make the front wing that detailed because of how flimsy it would be if this was really like made to be a kid's toy that would be played with and most likely break. And I haven't seen any broken Formula 1 basic lines yet, but I have seen some broken Formula 1 premium lines. So very cool that they're able to do that. And overall, just, yeah, the brand new Formula 1 diecast looks amazing. And I cannot wait for my collection to have like 20 different versions of these Formula One cars. I think I'm going full completionist on this line. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to pick up the rest of the 2024 models like I have here if I wanna catch up. But otherwise, I wanna have as many of these cars as possible because it's sort of like a part in Hot Wheels history that they're able to make Formula One diecast life accurate to the time. And as a diehard race fan for every racing series possible, I think that is so cool to be able to immortalize cars like this. And Hot Wheels knows that because I don't have it, but they did come out with a set that contained 3 cars, and that was the top 3 points finishers for the 2025 season. It came with a podium. I'm pretty sure you could still get it at Mattel Creations by the time this video goes live, but just having something to immortalize racing that happened in real life in Hot Wheels form for it to look this good, I don't know. I'm a big fan. Maybe that's just me being me, but I also want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think of these Formula One cars? Well, I guess you know what, I should probably show you the rest of them if I'm gonna ask you guys what you think. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of these guys. Next up, we got the other papaya car. We got Oscar Piastri's McLaren, which, you know, if it is just like real life, should look literally identical to the Lando Norris one we just observed, but have a different racing number. Otherwise, I think these cars are absolutely identical. All right, we got the 2025 McLarens out and they look really good together. I guess on top of the numbers being different, the helmets are different as well, and now you can get a really up close look at the differences between them. The amount of detail that they can fit onto that is actually insane in person, but that is pretty cool. We got 3 other unique helmets from these drivers to look at, but otherwise we got 2 good looking McLarens that are going to look absolutely amazing on my shelves. All right, so on top of Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri here, we've got 3 more cars from 3 different teams. The first one's gonna be George Russell in the 63, and he's also got an iconic blue helmet, and the Mercedes actually looks really clean. This might be a personal nitpick for me, but I do like how they went with the white tire compound, which is technically the hard tire compound on this model instead of any other color. I think white just looks a lot better with some of these teams. And the yellow, like this is an example of Max Verstappen's 2024 car, they just gave him medium tires, and I don't know if the yellow would have looked as good on the Red Bull. I mean, I guess maybe it does, and maybe they're switching it up for all of these tires. I guess we'll see, but it is just a very nice choice, I believe, for this Mercedes for sure, because the white really pops on the wheels. All right, next up we have the 31 Haas car. This is Esteban Ocon's car. Ocon, I mean, I guess, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Ocon, right? Maybe that's just a very American way of saying it. If so, I apologize. But his helmet's pretty cool because it's just red and black. It's literally the Haas colors. So the helmet design on this one looks really clean. And it's interesting that he was selected in the first wave. Like, I'm not sure exactly why, but regardless, looks very nice, very clean. I really like the Haas 2025 livery. So very nice to add to the collection there. And there's actually a bit of detail I'm looking on the wheel. It's like white and red on the sides there. I guess the McLarens had the Google Chrome colored wheels. Mercedes didn't have any colored wheels, but that is a really intricate detail for them to add to the Haas car. All right, and then the final car we've got in this first batch was the RB driven by Liam Lawson, I believe is the number 30 for Visa RB Cash App team. I don't know, it's the Red Bull sister team, so it's kind of just another Red Bull. All right, so I've just been looking at them for a little bit, and there are just very subtle differences between each of these individual models. And the first thing that I've noticed are the tail fins. So right behind the driver's helmet, right where the 81 is behind the chrome logo, you can see before the fin gets to the wing, it stops. And that's actually different on the majority of these castings. Like, there's no gap on the RB, it just goes straight into the wing basically. And then for the Haas, it actually goes all the way down, so there's not even a fin right in front of the wing. And then for the Mercedes, I guess there is a little bit of a gap between, but not as big as the McLaren's gap. So just the side pods, all of the aero on these cars are just ever so slightly altered for each manufacturer, and that is an insane detail for Hot Wheels to throw into these cars. I mean, you can just see how the car was riveted together. There's different parts attached, like this part on the McLaren, the back engine cover, I guess you could say, is just a completely different shape than the RB engine cover. And you can't just see that with them in their packaging. You just got to take them out and really take a look at them to notice that detail, and that is just so freaking cool. Now, I'm not sure you guys know this, but in the Formula One world, I am a Ferrari fan. So as someone who does not have a dog in this race yet, I believe the Ferrari is coming out in the premium line. I guess we'll have to see. I don't have a favorite car out of all of these teams. I'm pretty indifferent about all of them. But if I were to choose which one looked the best, I would have to go with that Haas. I think just the white and black with the red accents, especially with Esteban Ocon's red helmet there in the cockpit, it just looks so complete and so realistic. And just the intricate details on the wheels, like I pointed out before, I think the Haas takes the cake. Mercedes is a close second though. The blue/teal, that Mercedes teal color looks really good. I thought George's helmet was a little bit lighter blue than that, I guess comparatively to the teal that they used for the Mercedes, but this is the premium line and this is Hot Wheels, so I would bet they took the actual colors of these cars and put them in diecast form, but I'd have to talk to a designer if that was actually true. Also, if any designers on the Hot Wheels team are watching this, hey, hit me up. I would love to ask you some questions about these models or just any Hot Wheels model in particular, because looking at them, I mean, I've talked to designers before from Hot Wheels. They're just so intricate and they're just so fun to talk about. All right, we are at the table track setup and we have all of our cars lined up. We have the 5 Formula One cars that we just reviewed, plus the 2 Formula One cars that I've had in my collection already. And what I want to do is I want to race them on this track and find out which one is the fastest. We aren't going to be racing these cars head to head. Instead, we're going to be racing them on a timed loop to find out which one is able to take on this track the fastest. We've got a very long, banked, and wide sweeping turn 1 that the Formula One cars are going to be able to carry their speed on, and then have a secondary downhill where the cars are going to be able to also maximize their speed and see which one is the fastest, getting to that Play Robotics finish gate first. So let's go ahead and run these cars on the outside lane, see what these times look like, and figure out which one is the fastest. But first, I feel like we need some benchmark cars. This is the first ever Formula One Hot Wheels casting that came out with interchangeable tire compounds. We got the softs on it right now, and this will be our basis for what these cars are going to be able to do time-wise. Across the line, 3.676 for the basic Formula One car. Next up, we have the 2024 Premium Formula One. We got Max Verstappen taking on the track here, not competing in the time trials with the rest of the cars, but still good for a basis as to know how fast these cars are. 3.630 for the Red Bull. That is 2 3.6-second times in a row, but now we get to our new cars that we just unboxed, and let's go ahead and find out which one of these cars is the fastest. Let's try Liam Lawson first in that RB. Looking pretty quick. Through the time's gonna be a 3.958, so not as fast as we were expecting and not as fast as the other cars that have run before it. Next up, we got Esteban Ocon in the Haas. See if he's faster than the RB. Looking pretty good, but not as fast as the other cars, but it is faster than the RB, 3.881 for the Haas. Now we look at the McLarens. This was the most dominant car in real life Formula One, but let's see how it does in premium diecast form. It doesn't look as fast. Yeah, 3.939 for, I think that's Oscar Piastri. Next up, we got George Russell in the Mercedes. Maybe the Mercedes has some good speed. Across the line, 3.565, the fastest of the new model so far. And finally, saving our current champion for last, we got Lando Norris in the number 4 McLaren. Let's see what he's able to do and beat George Russell. close across the line. It's gonna be a 3.683 for the McLaren. All right, now that the times have been recorded, here are the results. It's George Russell actually with the best time out of all of the cars, and actually it was a faster time than both of the 2024 versions as well, which is quite interesting. We got Lando Norris then taking up the rest of the best spot, beating out Esteban Ocon, Oscar Piastri, and Liam Lawson there in these premium cars. So right now, George Russell looks like he's the car to beat. And I'm thinking I will be doing more time trial tests with all of these cars as we get more of them in the collection. I am super excited to keep building out these Formula 1 car collections, but I don't think I'll be doing a lot of tournaments with them because these are really nice models, and the more I race my models, the more banged up they get around the spoolhead track. So I will be reserving these cars for more time trials once we have more cars to test. Otherwise, that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can stay tuned to get notified whenever I post another Formula 1 Hot Wheels video on this channel, because I cannot wait to find out which other cars are just as fast as these premium cars. And hey, if you guys are a fan of Formula 1 tournaments, make sure you check out my regular Formula 1 championship on this channel this year as well. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.